Welcome everyone. Today, this is Winotes. Today, I will be speaking about how I fucking hate Killer Tune because it's in the new deck building set. It's in the new deck building set with a couple decks I think are cool. Enneacraft. I think MBT said that it'll be built and played in a way that's very foreign to a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh decks. I agree. I think that's really interesting, especially because it's using the pendulum design space really interesting way. But this deck isn't about Enneacraft, or this video isn't about Enneacraft. This video is about Killer Tune. So, I assume you guys know the gimmick of Killer Tune, but if you don't, they're a quick synchro hand trap like engine, kind of like K9 but with synchros, and tuners instead. So we can go back all the way to 2015 when I feel like they were first playing with the idea of a quick synchro. This card is called Limit Overdrive. It essentially does a synchro summon by returning 2 monsters to the extra deck. It could summon stuff like Quasar in your opponent's turn, but from what I understand, this card was dog shit and nobody played it. Then we go to 2018, where we get cards like Hopier Squadron and Junk Connector. Hopier Squadron actually released in 2019, but it's kind of this similar era of design space. Junk Connector, dog shit. Hopier Squadron, dog shit. But some people did play it in like a branded Bastille Brew, where you would like quick synchro on your opponent's turn into Ass Dragon and make Baron. It is fine, but like, it's not great, you know what I mean? And it never was great in its own considered meta, especially even though it came out with its own synchro that would make your opponent discard a card on their turn. It was just kind of okay, and there was not a great way to summon 4s in your opponent's turn, so that's kind of where it stood there. And then they just put quick synchroing in branded. They just put it in branded. They put it in branded. They put it in branded. They made a quick synchro for branded, and it was is not actually this card, which I'm realizing right at this moment, so this is kind of a shittily made presentation. But the point is, they just put quick synchroing in branded. Why did they do that? I don't know. It's branded. It gets all the toys. That's the point. And then we get to the most modern example of like synchro dominance. Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon and this fucking guy Baron, where Baron was just like around. You could make it in Kashtira with just normal summoning an Ash. For some reason, it was in Snake Eye format. So it was Savage, but Savage. I don't know, man. Savage felt so fair in that deck, in my opinion, and also in Dragon Link. Please give us back Savage. Konami, please give us back Savage. But the point is Baron was like the most recent example of a synchro monster I can think of that's like the greatest thing of all time. Chaos Angel's close, but it's not exactly the same. You know what I mean? So this moves us on to today and Killer Tune, which was recently revealed for the next deck build set in the OCG, and it has a cool aesthetic. I actually like its aesthetic, all of the very angry and cute and interesting colors, shapes. It's very, very interesting in the way that it plays with sort of music iconography, with headphones, speakers, that sort of thing. I like that aesthetic. I like punk, which I kind of feel like these cards should have just been punks, but like whatever. It's kind of like punk. It's cool. So let's start with the good, because I always like to be positive on this channel. I always love to be positive. So synchros. I love synchros, guys. I think it's my favorite mechanic. Maybe tied with Xyz. It's pretty cool. I like synchros a lot. They're very fun. They feel very unique. They feel like they've stuck the most to their initial design philosophy and that sort of combo play style. I think that's great. I think it's a really good thing. I think that it's a great thing that they can make a synchro deck in this year and make it feel fresh and new. And Killer Tune, to an extent, does feel fresh and new. It's pretty interesting in that sense. But turn 0 plays. I actually kind of like turn 0 plays. Overall, I think that more decks should have them. So I think having a turn 0 play, kind of like that Havness, like that Izuna, is a great thing, honestly. And because you have turn 0 plays, you can play less non-energy. You play the game in a style of all gas, which I love. I love playing all gas decks, and it's a passion of mine that I've more recently found. So this is good. I like that decks are becoming less generic by way of having more turn 0 plays. However, this takes us to the bad. It's total engine bait. I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, or like if people have seen this or not, but to me, very fucking obvious that this is engine bait. You just play this guy and like literally anything Abystial maybe, and you can just summon a Synchro 8. You can summon a Synchro 5 with any of the other cards because they all Synchro from hand. I like Revolution Synchron, but this shit is not fine. Like absolute engine bait in my opinion. It's just playing this and another guy as hand traps. Like it's not the same. It's not the same. The localization of this archetype is the most frustrating thing I've seen in a long while. It reminds me of that creepy little punk. Okay? That was hilarious. This whole archetype being localized to Cool Tune, terrible. Genuinely awful. I think that might be the thing that pisses me off the most about this archetype, because like at reading through their cards, I was kind of wrong about how xenophobic they are, but holy shit. Cool Tune might be the most frustrating aspect of this entire archetype. Oh my god, this is by far the worst localization choice I think they might have ever done. It's so frustrating. This goes completely against what the deck was trying to aim to be, in my opinion. That's crazy to me, right? Like, Cool Tune, oh my god. Oh my god. You see how this is red? It's just red because I couldn't think of anything else to put there. It's red because that's the rage I feel when I hear Cool Tune. I have a lot of hatred in my body, and it was lit aflame like a gasoline tank whenever I heard the words Cool Tune be uttered out of some streamer's mouth. Oh my god. Take a second to compose myself. The last point is xenophobia. Like I said, this actually isn't as bad as I thought, since only the spells really lock you. But because you have to play stuff for like using it as an engine, and you have to play stuff for using xenophobia, it becomes kind of a weird deck to build. And if you can't splash in a bunch of different archetypes, like my favorite deck is Dragon Link, so if you can't splash in a bunch of different archetypes, it kind of becomes less interesting to me personally. Honestly, this point, not that good, but this one, very, very good. Okay, this one's very good. Anyway, thanks for listening. Bring back Synchro FTK decks. That shit is hilarious. Have you guys ever, if you guys have ever seen Synchron just like spin their wheels, it's a sight to behold. I will not lie. It's one of the coolest things ever. And then then you get FTK. That's not that cool. But come on, Junk Speeder. That's aura, unlimited aura. Anyway, stream wormhole wonderland. That shit is peak. New episode Friday. Yeah. Catch you guys on the next one.